There is an old saying I learned from a guard who had been walking the same halls for 30 years. He told me at 3 in the morning, in a cold marble lobby, that the rich sleep while their money works, and the poor work while their money sleeps. Traditional employment stops working the moment you do. It relies entirely on your physical presence to generate a dollar. Because the system halts when you sleep, age, or fall ill, it provides a ceiling on your life that effort alone cannot break. Most people believe that the path to wealth is pouring more effort into the time they are awake, but a larger paycheck from a job that shuts off every night is a limited pursuit. Wealth is not found in the hours you are awake. It is found in the assets you own while your hours pass. Traditional labor forms a mathematical prison. Your income equals hours worked multiplied by a fixed rate. With only so many hours in a day, your earning potential hits an absolute ceiling. If you sleep, the hours variable drops to 0, instantly wiping out your income. There is a parallel engine that runs while you sleep. In this economy, it is not your physical labor that earns the wage, it is your assets. These assets are the things you own that do the heavy working for you around the clock without ever needing to rest. Achieving financial freedom requires a structural shift in how you operate. You have to move from trading finite, waking hours to acquiring a crew of assets that operate this night shift on your behalf. The first class of workers you can hire are capital assets, like shares, real estate, and lending. Their core mechanic is the acquisition of other people's labor or the things they fundamentally need for survival. Take the silent ownership of shares. A share is a deed to an actual business. While you are fast asleep, a factory you own a sliver of in Singapore is running its third shift. Employees are working, trucks are moving, and strangers are handing over money for products on the far side of the planet. Real estate functions as a tenant-driven engine. You put down a fraction of the purchase price to secure the entire property. From that point, the stream of rent from strangers needing shelter pays off the bank debt for you. The roof earns you money exactly when people are home, safe, and asleep beneath it. You can also put your capital to work through lending. Money itself can be rented out. Every loan or credit card requires someone to pay interest. By lending, you move from the side of the table that pays for the rest of your life to the side that collects the yield by the hour. These capital assets mathematically detach your earning potential from your physical body. Your income is no longer tied to where you are standing or what time zone you live in. Next are creative and system assets, things like royalties and automated businesses. These break the oldest rule of labor. They allow you to do the work exactly one time and get paid for it indefinitely. This new equation shows the echo effect of royalties. You write the book or record the audio once. Your labor hours remain frozen at 1, while the copies you sell can scale toward infinity. You have severed your income from your time. This ratio is the diagnostic math of a true business. It marks the handoff from doing the work to owning the system. If income only rises with your hours, you own a job. If the denominator falls while the numerator grows, you own an asset. Possessing a name on a sign serves as the image of a business. Owning a system that turns without your hand on the crank serves as the reality of one. The next assets require turning the lens inward. These are the intangible assets. They are the ones the wealthy value because no market correction can crash them and no thief can take them. This curve shows the math of compounding skill. If 1 million people can do what you do, you are paid a flat, forgettable rate. But as you deepen a rare craft, the pool shrinks to 100 people, and your pay spikes vertically. This skill sharpens overnight while the brain consolidates learning in the dark. Then there is your reputation, the ledger of your name. Every kept promise is a deposit. Every broken one is a withdrawal. A full ledger multiplies trust, meaning people who vouch for you tell 3 others, and those 3 tell 9. These intangibles act as your invisible employees. They open doors, secure loans, and close deals on your behalf in rooms you aren't even standing in. The final asset is the engine that drives all the others, compound interest. It requires nothing but time acting on money that is left completely alone. Einstein is widely credited with calling it the 8th wonder of the world. Early on, compounding creates an illusion. It is a snowball at the very top of the hill. You push it and it feels stagnant. The growth is so small you can hardly see it working at all. This exponential curve shows the mathematical reality of time. On the flat start, a 7-year span turns $1 into 2, but on the steep end, That exact same 7-year span turns $500,000 into $1 million. Same time passing, different scale. This math leads to a specific conclusion. The most powerful wealth multiplier does not reward intelligence or physical effort. It rewards the date you started and the patience you showed by staying out of the way. We must ground these numbers in physical reality. The day comes for every one of us when our biological hours run out. The physical strength traded for a daily paycheck will eventually have nothing left to trade. On that day, you face a binary outcome. You will either rest while your assets stand the watch for you, or you will still be walking the cold halls at 3 a.m., trading your final hours because you built nothing to trade in your place. The wealthy did not begin by acquiring all 8 of these assets at once. They did not wait until they felt perfectly ready. They started early, and they started with just one. Hire your first night shift worker today. Put one asset in place, step back, and let the compounding snowball find the bottom of the hill on its own schedule. Build your crew, hand over the watch, and finally, go to sleep and let them work.